What up, my dudes? The Flomac is back, baby. Damn, boys. Okay, I had to come in here and make a video on this because this has to be the most comfortable / not crashing we have ever seen Eli Tomac ever before in any season ever. I mean, this seriously is a whole nother level of consistency out of Eli Tomac in the midst of just about every single other guy as far as competition. I mean, you just think about it. Anderson has had big crashes this year. Sexton, certainly has had some big crashes this year, continues to have big crashes this year. Webb's having big crashes this year all over the place. Roczen pulled out of the series. Ferrandis is not even, or Plessinger is not even racing because of crashes. Musquin's had big crashes. Barcia's had crashes. Malcolm Stewart, at the first round, right? Damn near flipped over the bike. I mean, it seriously is to that point where it's as if everybody other than Eli Tomac has had crashes this year. And, you know, you got to think back to all of those years that Tomac had all those kind of crashes, right? Back in the Dungey days, back when Tomac was still on the Monster Energy Kawasaki, right? He was having a bunch of those little weird slip-ups and blowing his pants off and all those kind of crashes that he had back in the Monster Energy Kawasaki Supercross days really did kill a lot of those championships that Tomac could have won in those different years. So it's like, what's going on here? You know, what has totally changed Tomac's, consistency level? And the only thing you can really point to here is that star Yamaha. That's the only thing you can really point to. And it's not just the fact that Tomac's on a Yamaha and all of a sudden he's super consistent because he's on a Yamaha. It's deeper than that. I think it really is the fact that, and any of you guys that's really been paying attention to anything, you've heard all this stuff about Tomac talking about, Star Yamaha has really allowed him to set the bike up in any kind of way that he wants to. He can go in there and try out any different kind of part that he wants to try out or any different kind of setting, whereas on the Monster Energy Kawasaki, Tomac had talked about it being a little bit more like, they have this mentality of they're a tried and true team. They know what they're doing. So you basically have a selection of 3 different options, and you pretty much have to choose one of the 3, and then Monster Energy Kawasaki is going to kind of try to lead you down a certain direction bike setup-wise that has worked for them in the past, and they don't really like to stray away from that very much. And all of this plays together when you really think about it. All of a sudden now it's as if Tomac can't crash, but he's still going wicked fast, dude. That's the whole thing you got to understand. It ain't like Tomac's going slower, and that's why he's all super consistent now. He's still bad to the bone. He's got 5 wins in a row. He pulled the whole shot. And it seems as if when the tracks get rougher and ruddier and the whoops are big and gnarly and everybody's struggling with them, it just seems like Tomac's going even faster. It just seems like Tomac's getting around that shit even better. It's like unbelievable, But Tomac's got Chad Reed tied for all-time wins. I mean, this shit's getting crazy, dude. And so you just can't help but think, did Tomac really find something setup-wise on that Star Yamaha from being able to really go in there and test every little possibility, you know what I'm saying, and not feeling like he's so, has to follow the strict rule set of Monster Energy Kawasaki. And I'm not questioning Monster Energy Kawasaki. I mean, obviously they know what the hell they're doing. Just take a look at Jason Anderson. You know, he's doing really good this year on that bike. So it's not like I'm sitting here saying Monster Energy Kawasaki is just so terrible and oh my God, they don't know what they're doing and all this stuff. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is somebody that is to the caliber of a Eli Tomac, you know, he knows what the hell he's doing, right? And so it's almost like you would want to give somebody like at Eli Tomac's caliber, you'd really want to give them full free reign over whatever the hell they want to try bike setup wise, whatever the heck they want to try parts wise on the bike, and anything they want to do. You know, somebody like a Tomac is going to know what he's doing, you know. And I feel like on that Star Yamaha, he really has gotten basically like free reign, free roam to do whatever was wanting to do with the bike setup and everything. And he looks more comfortable than he's ever looked before. So, boy, oh boy, that is all certainly going towards the direction of proving everything that Tomac was saying about it. You know what I mean? It really is. Like, he's looked more comfortable than he ever has before. And he's just not stressed out. It don't look like Tomac's stressed out about anything. He's just having fun out there. His personality is coming out more. He's got this like weird chill vibe about him, but he's like still wicked as fuck on the track. I don't know. It's crazy. It's as if Tomac is finally at his full 100% comfortable feeling on the bike for the first time ever. That's what it seems like to me. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, but I'm blown away. I mean, with what Tomac has done this year so far, he's a 50-point lead, probably going to wrap this thing up 2 rounds early. I mean, he started the season off slow, but once he turned that thing on, there wasn't no turning it off. You know what I'm saying? And he's just not crashing. He's not crashing. It's unbelievable. I mean, I used to watch Tomac back in the Cowie days, and, you know, you'd kind of be like on the edge of your seat a little bit, like, oh, shit. You know, Tomac's on one. Is he going to blow his pants off? Is he going to slide down? What's he going to do to, you know, kill his championship hopes? And it's just not happened this year. In the midst of all of his competition crashing all over the place, it's just not happened for Tomac. You know, everybody's talking about, oh, well, all these dudes are crashing in Supercross now. What's going on here? You know, is it the tracks? Is it the whoops being built too big? What's the deal here, right? But the funniest part about all of that is when you say everybody's crashing, well, there's one guy that you can't include in that at all. And that is the soon-to-be Supercross champion of 2022, Eli Tomac. You know, when you say everybody's crashing, you can't really say that. You know, you'd have to say something more along the lines of, like, everybody's crashing other than Tomac. So I don't think they're doing anything wrong with the track designs, to be honest with you, man. I like seeing the bigger whoops and the more, you know, more complex rhythm sections and the, you know, the beefier jumps and where the tracks break down more. I like all that shit. I think it's great. And it's really separating the men from the boys, you know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is it's like Tomac's not getting involved in any of that beef. I don't think he's had a collision moment with anybody this season. I think the closest he had to that was when he kind of went back and forth with Anderson at, what was that? I can't even remember that round, but they like almost touched in one of the corners, but not really. I mean, Tomac is literally like, he's like doing a picture-perfect blueprint of what you should do in a Supercross 450 championship to win it. You know, he's not getting too far ahead of himself. He got like a 6th place or something at Anaheim 1, and he's just slowly gotten better and better and better. No big crashes, no big collision moments with anybody, no real beef with anybody. Getting better starts, putting himself in a good position, not rushing his passes. I mean, he literally is doing everything right. Like, I feel like you could put this 2022 Supercross championship run that Tomac is having right now, you could put that up against just about any of the greats. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is one of the all-time great championship runs right here, dudes. Like, it really is. We're witnessing history, and all of a sudden we're talking about all these stat-breaking things with Tomac. It seems like every round, you know, he's got Chad Reed tied for all-time wins, and if he keeps going, you would have to imagine Tomac, he didn't just sign a one-year deal with Star Yamaha, you know. You'd have to imagine he's going to come back next year, and if he does that, then it's almost like obvious that he's going to pass Carmichael and James Stewart in the overall win list. And it's like he doesn't even have to be winning right now. That's the crazy thing. He's got enough of a points lead. You know, most dudes would just be chilling back there in third or something like that. You know, they wouldn't even put themselves in a potential crashing collision championship ending kind of situation at this point. But Tomac's still going out there, still getting the whole shots, still getting the wins. 5 wins in a row. You ain't stopping this motherfucker. You ain't stopping this train now. And the Spency boy did predict all of this before the season even started. I told you boys, I was like, oh man, I just got that feeling like Tomac's going to do something on that Star Yamaha. You know, try to tell you boys, I just got that feeling. And boy, oh boy, it made a big difference when it seemed like everybody crashed in the same round. You know, the one where Webb and Sexton went down together and then Anderson went down. That was the big points separator round right there, you know. But yeah, Tomac's on a whole nother level, better than he's ever looked before, more consistent than he's ever looked before, more comfortable on the bike than he's ever looked before. It is seriously as if he just cannot crash. No matter how hard the tracks get, no matter how big the whoops get, no matter how much the tracks break down. I mean, it's as if you don't even have to worry about Tomac crashing, you know? It's unbelievable, dude. But you just look down through this list right here of guys. You know, Barcia has crashed. Obviously gotten into some, you know, beef moments and shit like that. Webb has crashed multiple times. Plessinger's not even in the shit right now. Roxon pulled out of it. Musquin's crashed multiple times. Sexton's absolutely wadded his brains out multiple times. Anderson's crashed multiple times and gotten involved with multiple different collision moments. Ferrandis ain't even in the shit from crashing. Sansarillo ain't even in the shit from crashing. Stewart has crashed multiple times and gotten involved in beef moments. You just look down through this list and it's like, good Lord. I mean, Tomac is like in a whole nother stratosphere of racecraft and, you know, like championship mindset right now. Nobody's even close to what he's doing right now. It almost don't even make sense, but it does if you think about it a little bit deeper. You know, Tomac going somewhere new and fresh. I mean, you know, Villapoto even talked about that. Like, if he would have went to a different team there towards the end of his career, it probably would have extended the life of his career another couple of years, but he just didn't do that. So, yeah, there's no telling what we're going to see out of Tomac these next couple years, but it looks like he's just enjoying his last few years racing. He's enjoying the moment. Wicked fast. That combination of speed and consistency, you will never beat that. And Tomac, it's as if he's taken all the lessons that he's learned in all those past Supercross seasons and started to apply it all at the same time, and it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable, bro. So, nonetheless, man, I had to come in here and talk about this, make a video on this, because, I mean, it ain't no more slow Mac. It ain't no more crash Mac. It ain't no more blow your pants off Tomac. It's fucking like, this dude came to play. Like, this particular 2022 Supercross series, like I say, you could put Tomac up against just about anybody. In this particular series, all of the past greats. I think you're going to be able to look back at this series with how much Tomac is going to win it by. You know what I'm saying? This is a one of a kind series going on right here. This is he's got the all-time at Daytona now. Damn, dude. This is crazy, dude. That's all I got to say. This is crazy, dude. But y'all boys better quit talking about everybody's crashing and, oh, the tracks are made too difficult and, oh, this, and that. Because, I'm sitting here looking at one guy that I don't think he's had a single crash. I can't remember seeing Tomac even laying the bike down. I mean, maybe he did that in practice or one round or something that I didn't really see. But as far as big crashes, big get-offs, he's not had any. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. You could put this up against any of the Dungey championships. You could just about put this up against a lot of those Villapoto championships. I mean, this is like big time right here, dudes. Big time. So, either way, man, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I'll see you boys on that next one. Later, dudes.